Hi, this is me again, Mr. J, the one and only MGTOWTheJoker. I've seen a lot of videos in the manosphere explaining to men how they should do in order to be considered a real man or something along those lines. And here's my flavor to it. There are some basic things that every man should know in order to compete and be balanced in life. Not only competition is fierce in sexual market, but also in society as a whole. The following are the simple things that every man should take care of in order to sustain himself in society, that in the society that we're living. These things are supposed to be taught in the family. However, since the family in this society is considered no more, every young man coming out of high school is left behind because he lacks of these simple concepts. If you stick to the end, I'll promise you that I will that you will have a clear understanding on these tools that you need to have in order for you to succeed in life. And like always, I will give you a contribution on what I think about the subject so it can help you in the future. But before we continue, remember to follow me on Twitter, Reddit, and Instagram. And without further ado, let's get this video started.
Two can play that. Because you are a joke. You're a joker.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. Let me go ahead and get this thing done. Here's the thing. Things that every man should know. The very first thing that you need to know as a man is that you, when you turn in 18 years old, you need to decide between the money or the buddy. So you need to know that once you turn in 18, you're gonna have to decide which route to take. Are you gonna take in the money route, or are you gonna take in the booty route? Now, if you take in the booty route, this video is not for you. You gotta continue on with something else. But if you're gonna take the money route, check this out. Now, every man has to make this choice when he's 18. Unfortunately, most men gravitate towards the booty. So, for those who actually gravitate towards the money side, you need to understand that you have 5 things that in order for you to support yourself. Okay? The very first thing that you need to know is that these 5 things are not privilege. Okay? So they're not privilege. I mean, they are privilege. So they're not going to be given to you. You're going to have to look for it for yourself. Okay? And the first thing is shelter. So the shelter stands for anything from personal hygiene, clothing, and shelter maintenance. Okay? You need to learn how to maintain your shelter. You need to learn how to maintain your personal body, your clothing, and the place that you live in. Okay? For example, if you're renting or if you have your own house, at least you need to know how to change a light bulb when the lights goes out. You need to learn that when you go to the toilet, you shouldn't deposit no freaking tissues into the toilet because it's gonna clog the drainage in the toilet. Things like that you need to learn, because otherwise you're gonna have a clogged toilet. See? So you need to learn how to maintain your place. Okay? The second thing that you need to do is that you need to learn that you need to get some food Okay? On the food side, it's anything from exercise to choosing the food that you eat to learning how to cook. You know, if you don't, if you go out, right, it's more expensive to go out and buy food than to actually cook it for yourself. Another benefit from knowing how to cook is that when you cook to yourself, you know what you're eating. When you cook, when you actually buying things outside, you don't know how that thing is cooked, and it's more unhealthy eating outside than just cooking the things for yourself. When you know how to cook. So the third thing that you need to know is communication. Now, in communication, that entails learning how to keep your phone number for as long as you can. Like if you have a phone number for a year or more, you know that you can be that people can reach you at that number no matter where you at, no matter where you go. But if you're the type of person, then keep changing number because you can't keep up with your phone number, paying your phone number, then people will know that you're not reliable. You're not a reliable person because you have changed your phone number for a long time, and that actually hinders you when you're going to actually look for a job. Okay. The fourth thing is transportation. So you got shelter, food, communication, and transportation. On the transportation side, you have to learn how to buy and sell and maintain your own transportation, to include all the things a car or a motorcycle, whatever it is that you choose for transportation should have should have, and it has to be in accordance with the law, so you can become mobile. If you don't become mobile in the society that you be living in, you depend on others' transportation, you're lacking off. You're not helping yourself by not having your own transportation. You're not helping yourself by not maintaining your own transportation. And you can buy, like for example, you can buy a car, and you can actually have somebody like a mechanic or something to actually fix your cars if you do not know how to fix it. But I totally encourage everyone or every man who actually learn how to fix their own cars, because sometimes these mechanics, what they do is that they start saying, well, your car is missing something, or your transportation is missing something, and then all of a sudden miss something else, and then it miss something else, and for a little thing that it has, it turns out to be a big deal. So what you need to do is, at least you have to have some type of knowledge of what it is that your transportation has, in order for you to have to be mobile. The deal is that you need to learn how to become mobile, because if you're mobile, you're independent. Okay. Now the last thing that you need to have is education. Now, on education, I don't mean the education that high schools or teachers give you, or college give you. This type of education I'm talking about includes, but it's not limited to, how you make your money. It keeps all other things that I just mentioned working properly. And you need to have a broad education on how you can be able to maintain your shelter, can be able to maintain your food, or be able to cook your food and find and doing your own things, and your communication, and your transportation. Okay, that is the way that you as a man can have a balance in your life, and you can move forward and say, okay, now that I have these things, right, I can be able to do what I have to do. But first of all, you have to master those things. If you do not master those things, you have no business on looking forward into doing anything else before you need to master those 5 things. That is, in my opinion, that's what every man should do. The more you work on getting all these things working properly, the more freedom you have. Okay? If you miss to get any of these things working properly, or you miss any of these things in your life, you're failing yourself as a man. See? Because you're not independent. You became dependent on others. And what a real man is, and a real man does, is he is independent. He doesn't depend on others for him to survive. Now, here's the thing. What happens is women will take notice of this. They will take notice of these things, and they will begin to hover around you. Now, here's a tip. If you're not looking for a woman in your life, dismiss them quickly. I mean, you're just like, you know what? I'm not interested. And just dismiss them quickly. Now, if you instead do decide to play the game, make sure that the woman you're dating have all these things as well. Have all these things as well. And that's what constitutes a high valuable woman. Because she has all these things, and she has the attraction that you want in it. And she's a person that is responsible for her own well-being. Most women don't have that. There's a certain amount of women that they do have it. Most women don't, because they expecting for somebody else to, they're depending on somebody else to pay the bills. Whether it is the ex-husband, whether it is their father, whether it is their mom, or whatever. Most women, they do not have that. And that's what you need to be looking for in a woman, that they have these 5 things going on for herself. See? Now, here's the thing. And this is my bonus. And with this thing, I will, conclude. Emotionally involved versus financially involved. Okay? Emotionally involved, the first one, is participation. So if you're emotionally involved to a woman and that woman leaves you, you can kiss all these 5 things goodbye. Okay? Now, if a woman is emotionally involved with you, right, you can expect that woman to actually participate in your life. Financially involved is something that it's the return on the investment. Women, if they are not emotionally involved, they will be financially involved. No, it is what it is, and they will want something from it. So that is the difference between going on in yourself and having a woman into it. Okay, and the way that you become emotionally, the way that you can be able to actually find out that from a woman, that would be into another video. But here is what I got from now, and I like to hear that if there's somebody out there that they do understand this and put it in the comments to see how can you determine if a woman is emotionally involved or financially involved. Just put it in the comments. So, and let me know in the comments below What do you think also about my findings? I'd like to know your opinions about it. If you like this video, wait a minute, hold on. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Click subscribe and notification bell for more content like this. I'll see you in the next time. This is Mr. J signing out.
Two can play that. Because you are a joke. You're a joker.